You're my everything, all that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. My heart's desire is to do your will, to pursue your purpose, your plan fulfilled. My soul's delight is to follow you. My goal, my purpose is your will to do. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see is the image of I am in me. Every day I live to see, I thank you, God, because you let it be. The breath I breathe is life to me. Everything you are is what I wanna be. Yeah, yeah. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. All that I want, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. Yeah. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. Yeah. Oh, is the image of I am in me. Is the image of I am in me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is the image of I am in me. You are, you are, you are, you are.
It's Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. 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 With Cat Carter.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live with Dr. Cat Carter. I am not your host, Dr. Cat Carter. I am Cheryl Jewell, the media director, and I am holding it down while our host is away recovering. I do have a small announcement, well, not small announcement, that I wanted to let you guys know before we get the show on the road. I'm graduating, guys. Yes, yes, yes. I finally am going to be walking across the stage tomorrow, and I am incredibly grateful. It's been a long road. But with that out the way, I will get the ball rolling. Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we come to inform, innovate, and inspire. And with that, our guest host tonight is not a stranger to this show. We had her here just a few weeks ago, and she is back with some amazing guests. I have with us Castella. You're muted.
There we go. Woo, there we go. Sorry. Congratulations on graduation, girl. Yay. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What was your major?
Yeah, game design.
Game design. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
all right. Well,
Video game design. Yeah.
Wow, I would have never thought that. But this is right up your alley then. This hosting this show and everything. Wow, great.
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me back again. I'm really excited to be here.
Of course, it's glad to have you.
Yeah. So I guess we have an hour, and I have two amazing folks. So I guess we can go ahead and get going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will leave it to you.
All right. All right. So, well, good evening, everybody. Before we start the show, I just want to send out a healing prayers to my friend and host, Dr. Cat of this platform, and keep resting up, lady, and get better so you can get back to your show. But thank you for allowing me to be here. Again, I'm Castella, singer, songwriter, recording artist. I've been on the show a few times, and my music is heard all over the world. And that would not be possible if not for my very special guests. So first, I have Darryl Swann. I'll read his bio. Darryl is an American recording producer, songwriter, educator, musician, also an author. Triple Platinum Award winner, and produced the vocal performance for the Grammy Award-winning Best Female Pop Vocal in 2001. He has worked with prominent artists including Macy Gray, the Black Eyed Peas, Mos Def, and me, Castella, among others. He has also done substantial work for Atlantic Records, Sony Records, Universal Records. Darryl also recorded, produced, and mixed the 4 songs for Linkin Park, their demo tape that got them signed to Warner Brothers. So he's a UCLA graduate. He also teaches there, and he has his music featured in movies. And to me, he's my Quincy Jones. I guess we can bring him on. Also, I have my other producer, Jeff Canady. Let me read Jeff's bio. Hey, Darryl. Jeff.
Hi.
Hey there. Jeff Canady. Jeff is a Detroit native, began his drumming journey at the tender age of 4. He was already serving as the full-time drummer at the church by the age of 7. That's something. By 16, he co-founded the renowned soulful jazz ensemble Enchanted, which garnered a devoted following before it disbanded in 2006. He's known for his high-energy performance. Jeff has earned a well-deserved reputation within the music industry. He has played alongside celebrities such as Don Was, I've actually seen that show, which was absolutely amazing. He's also played with David McMurray and Alexander Zoniak. So let's go ahead and bring Jeff in. He is an amazing producer. He has he's composed a bunch of stuff. He has his own album, From Heart and Soul, Expression of Me, Better Time EP, and his latest single, Light Within, is a preview of his next album, The Next Level, set for debut this year. So you guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm happy to be intertwined in all of that stuff. Thank you guys for being here today.
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I have the sniffles. Hold on one second. All right, I have the sniffles. Please forgive me. I'm hardly ever sick, but I think I'm kind of trying to get there here in this California weather. But again, thank you both for being here. I know you guys have these very busy schedules, so I really feel honored that you guys are here. But let's dive into this with a few questions. First, I want to just ask you guys, you both discovered your passion when you were in single digits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys were like little kids. So, what has sustained you and kept you interested? And if you guys just wanted to say hello, and maybe even Darryl, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. I know there was a whole lot more to you than what I said, but just go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit, and then same with you, Jeff, after.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, Castella. So, Jeff, pleasure to be here, everybody. And yeah, happy to be here representing Castella. It's a pleasure working with her all the time. I really believe in her. I've never met a harder working artist. She's talented. She's got an amazing work ethic. She's got a strong backbone, and it's in many, many years I have not met an artist that works as hard as her. And that, I'll tell you, that is as important as talent and looks and everything else, is that work ethic. So I'm happy to be here to support you.
Thanks, Darryl.
Man, that's hard to follow, but I concur. Yes, sir. You are amazing artist, and I'm just happy to be able to work with you and Darryl. I mean, you guys be putting them songs out so fast. It's like, as soon as I get it done, it's like it's hot on the press. Yeah, definitely, man. I really say I want to say both of you guys have a tremendous work ethic. You know what I mean? So thank you both for allowing me to come in and do what I do.
Absolutely. And
you guys are the men behind my music. I mean, that's what the show is called, Men Behind My Music. Without you all, music's heard all over the world. If not for the two of you, I wouldn't be happening. Wouldn't be happening. So
well,
my first
takes a team. Takes a team.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
It does. It really does. So, Darryl, so you've been doing this. You discovered your passion when you were a little guy. What's kept you going?
It's some things you're just born with. You're just born with it, as I'm sure all of us on here. We were all born with the gift of creativity and creation. I've always just had a passion for creating and had a passion for music. I was exposed. My father was into music. I shared a room with my older brother, who basically is my music mentor. He turned me on to everything. He was an audiophile, and we would sit up there and listen to vinyl, every genre of music, from rock to funk to hip hop to jazz to punk to every style of music. He still sends me amazing music. So it starts early. I was exposed to a huge amount of music. My father took me to my first concert when I was about 12, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh.
And they came down in a spaceship on the stage. I was like, where do I sign? Take me to your leader. Where do I sign? Yeah, I still remember it. I can still see it. Came out in a spaceship. I'm like, I'm in. And so yeah. That being said, I could go on, but I want to hear Jeff. I want to hear Jeff's answer. And I want to say something else too. In addition to Castella, Jeff, you are absolutely amazing. I work with a lot of cats, man. And the way you organize and put your team together, and the tracks you deliver, always on point.
Man, appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you,
on
man.
point. Yes,
sir.
Absolutely. So I'll pass the mic to you, or back to you, Castella.
Well, for me, I grew up with my mom and my dad being musicians and singers. So I always had it in the house. Even when I was real little, I grew up in the storefront church that my uncle started, my great uncle. And my mom, my aunties, my cousins, my sister, they would always be singing. So, just kind of, it was almost like you said, I was born with this talent. And it was like I couldn't get away from it if I tried to. You know what I'm saying? It was like music was like right here on my back. I carried it. And just like you said, Darryl, my father, he listened to gospel, quartet music. He listened to old school. That's what he used to say. We playing old school in this car. We ain't doing no rap, none of that. We playing old school.
Yeah.
So, I knew about the Luther Vandross and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Actually, Earth, Wind, and Fire was my favorite group. So it's crazy you mentioned that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
I was 10 years old and my mom bought me their collective album. You know what I mean? I
Oh
had
my goodness.
it was crazy, man.
Oh, I remember that
So,
record.
you
I
know,
remember that record.
yeah. And all my friends, they was listening to rap and stuff. I was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow.
Yes.
So that carried me a long way. And, you know, I was just always passionate about drums. You know, I'm a singer as well, but I don't really care to sing as much as me sitting behind the kit. You know what I mean? Producing, when I would say I was about probably 10. My parents brought me this small little keyboard. And I mean, it was small keys on this thing. And I'm like, man, my hands can't fit on this little thing. But I love that gift, man. So I kept it. I wrote my first song on that thing. And right now today, I never recorded that song.
Oh,
Isn't that
And
something?
remember it?
yeah. And, you know, I really just taught myself how to play keys. And I believe I had it in me because my mom, she played organ. And she was a singer, and my auntie was the organist at the church that I grew
Oh
up.
man.
So, you know, yeah, man. So yeah, just music has always been with me, and that's
Absolutely.
what, you know, pushed me to do it.
It's
Well, that
beautiful. man.
kind of leads me into another question. So, how did you get into production, Jeff? And your main instrument is drums, but how many instruments do you play?
Well, drums is my main. You know, that's where I put all my practice and time into is drums. Keys, I'm okay. I'm good at like just writing songs and songs I come up with, like because with me it's all about melodies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I can take a melody from someone like yourself. You sing it out, I can sit down and piece the song together. Now I'm not so good with, you know, songs that's already out because I'm not as fluent, but you know, I'm able to work it out. So as far as becoming a producer and wanting to do it is when I got into Quincy Jones. And that was around, I would say I was probably around 15 when I really like heard about Quincy. And, you know, I had a couple of friends that was into Michael Jackson hard. So we would study a lot of their records. And so I'm listening to what Quincy did. And I'm like, man, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so I just did a lot of research on him. And that's what made me want to, you know, and then that little keyboard I had, that really helped as well because I was able to learn how to write certain songs off melodies. You know, I would sing something or come up with something in my head and I'll just go to that keyboard and play it.
Wow.
So, you know, that's what really got me into it. It was Quincy and then that small keyboard.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned melodies. I know I always just I know you guys, I talk about you guys all the time, but I remember sending you the melody to what became So Glad I Met You.
Yeah.
And it was probably maybe 5 minutes after I sent you that, you're like, oh my God, I have this track that goes right with your melody. And you sang it for me and everything. And I was like, oh wow, that does go with it, you know, when it it ends up being being one of it's actually my number one song still on Spotify right now.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Just the melody. So I mean, that's how I think with you, Jeff, when I send you something like the very first song we did together, Let Me Love You, you sent me back a track like that same day, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy's like, wow, and it's just crazy stuff. So wow, but you're really amazing at what you do, and I'm just grateful, you know, that you're on my team. So I have a question for you, Darryl.
Yes.
So how has the landscape of record production changed over your career? I mean, so you've been in it for, you know, a couple years. So
years. Yes.
You've seen some things change. So how has the landscape changed for you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a very, very, very poignant question, very significant question because we'll say this. Okay, I'm gonna have to like get in my Zen moment because I'm gonna go too deep down the rabbit hole if I don't. So you know what I mean? Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
With the I'll say this, you know, for your fans that don't know, you know, pretty much all music is recorded and mixed inside a computer, right? That started in the year 1999. 2000. So with that being said, so basically we went from what's called analog. So I basically had 15 years of analog because I started recording in a recording studio in 1986. So from 1986 up to 2000, I had, what is that, 15 years? I had 15 years of analog, which is recording on tape with mixing boards, and what I mean, and then when digital came in, 2000, digital audio workstations. So now I've been towards 15 years of analog, 25 years in digital, and so thank God I'm one of the rare ones that straddles both domains because cats older than me, a lot of them didn't make the digital jump. They just we're sticking with analog, and now they're kind of obsolete. Where a lot of the younger producers have never ever touched a mixing board. They only touch the mouse. They never touched a mixing board. They've never touched I got you. That's all right. You still crush it though, man. You still crush it. I'm not saying people that don't know analog aren't dope. Yeah, I'm just saying that. So I was setting up the point to say that there are some kids. Like Jeff started out as a musician. Now there's a ton of kids out here that aren't even musicians. They purely are relying on the technology inside the your audio workstation. Mine's called Pro Tools. Someone called Logic. Some are called Ableton. Blah 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 blah. Lots of kids over the last 10, 15 years, 20 years only use computer, and they use preset sounds and stuff like that. So a producer used to be, traditionally, I'll say this and I will shut up, which is a producer like Quincy used to be, you'd set up the studio, you'd organize the players as Jeff does. You arrange the players, you rehearse them. You basically there's a whole process that you had to go through, where now people are just making stuff in the box, just drag and drop a beat. Just spit a rap on there, and it's kind of done. It's kind of done. So some technology has also. So to sum it all up, technology has simplified the process. Now, is that better or worse? At the end of the day, if something sounds good, it is good, as Duke Ellington said. If it sounds good, it is good. However you got there. So there's lots of kids out there that have only used a computer, and their stuff sounds crazy for the genre they do, But that being said, what I found is a lot of people kind of hit a glass ceiling because they don't know the foundations of audio signal flow and routing and musicianship and this and that. They're stuck in a box. They can only make dope music in that one little genre, which is in the box. Yeah. So I'm gonna pause right there.
Wow. No, you don't have to pause. That's pretty fascinating, miss. That's good stuff. I mean, man.
I'll be here all night. I got lots. Tip your waitress. I'll be here all night. Try to deal.
It's just straddling the fence. So you were still a pretty young dude when, once the new technology came in. So I guess that's, why you were able to make that leap. So I'm happy you did.
Yes, me too. Yeah. I was right at the perfect spot. Spot. I was blessed to have that experience.
I know. I know. I kind of know your not your bio by heart, but I know you had one of your first experiences. You talked about as an engineer. It was with the Whispers. How was that? Every time I hear this song, Rocksteady,
I always say,
my producer was in there in that room when that was going down. So.
That was my first session at the studio called Silver Lake Recording in Los Angeles. And the producers were LA and Babyface. That was one of their first. That was one of their first producer gigs. So they used to have a band called The Deal, Deele. Yeah, out of Ohio, where I came from, and next to the D.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. To make a long story short, I remember L.A. Reid and Babyface pulling up in our rental car, and L.A. Reid pulled out his Lin 9000 drum machine, and Babyface pulled out a keyboard, and they pulled it in. And I remember they plugged it up. This is my first session as an engineer, and I heard that beat. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my God. And the way their engineer, a guy named John Gass, had it bumping in the studio, and then they they put the started putting the layers down. I'm like, wow, this is it. I didn't obviously Ellen Vapors weren't famous yet, but that
Wow.
being said, just having that and then just hearing it's such a timeless song. Because every time I
Yeah,
hear it, I'm just like takes me
it
back
is.
to those days of sleeping under mixing boards. Remembering those guys bringing those keyboards, and now L.A. Reid is one of the most powerful men in the music business. So it's
Yeah.
really a trip seeing him ascend like that. Yeah, it's
Wow.
really something. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I tell you, every time I always talk about I guess the ether. I mean, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm thinking about Darryl when the
Yeah.
song ever comes on. I'm like, oh, hey Darryl, what's happening?
Right.
It's one of those
Yeah.
yeah.
The funny thing is that song is actually kind of not a bite, not a ripoff, but was inspired by was their previous song when the
Oh,
what's
how
a
the beat goes on.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same kind of. I think L.A.
Oh
Reid, L.A. and Baby is kind of like we did a hit. What did last hit sound like?
yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
if you listen to the, you can see they were
Yeah.
inspired by that. They're like,
Goes on.
"Do, do, do."
Yeah. Yeah. It
Yeah,
does.
and the keys and the drums. Yeah, I heard it. When the, do, do. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
okay, I hear you all. I
Mhm.
hear you all. So
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
yeah, they
That's
just
right.
they had a great blueprint. They had a great
Yeah.
blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, that's just like I guess music history, and that's amazing to me. I mean, just to
Yeah.
have been in that room, and there's just
Oh,
Oh
a
yeah.
bunch of other rooms you've been in too, which we'll get to that. But question for both of you guys though, so you both have reached the top. I mean, Jeff, you have 2 #1 Billboard songs under your belt. Darryl, you have a Grammy. How did it feel when you? Yeah, how did it feel when you reached those milestones? Jeff, you go first.
Yeah. Go Jeff.
wow. For me, it was absolutely amazing. Because really, working with the artist Willie Bradley, that was the first time I did anything, far as national recordings. Most tracks I did was for myself or a few artists around here in Detroit. So Willie took a chance on me, and it's like when we got those 2 #1s, I was on cloud 9. Matter of fact, cloud 15. Could have been
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, because it was just an amazing, first smooth jazz artist I had a chance to produce for a whole project. So to get that it was amazing. So I was very thankful to Willie, but more so to God because he blessed me with the talent that I have. So got to
Mhm.
give it to him.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Are
So,
you,
what about you? I mean, wow.
yeah, it's the funny thing is Jeff, I know you can relate to this is I always related to Forrest Gump, like Forrest Gump, he just gets the ball, he's just so
Yeah.
busy running. You're like, Forrest, you scored a goal, scored a touchdown. He's like, oh, I'm just running, you know.
Wow.
And that's the way it is with, because I'm sure to Jeff, just like me and you, Castella, you got to go through a whole bunch of duds just to get one. And I don't mean duds meaning like, I just mean things that don't hit or anything, but great work, but they
Yeah,
just don't hit,
yeah,
You got to go through a lot of clients who are just a nightmare, have no work ethic. You got to go through tons of politics, but you get that one that breaks through. You're like, man, we scored. It's almost like,
Right.
you're grinding so hard. You're in your head is down, working so hard, and so when you just come up and you realize that, wow, something paid off. It's confirming. I'll say that it's confirming to
Yeah.
know that something you did actually reached a critical mass and has been appreciated. So it
Yeah.
just gives you the confidence to go that much further.
It
yeah.
does. It really does.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
for the folks that don't know, that the song that I guess it was with Macy Gray and I Try, and so whenever I hear that song,
Wow.
I
Super cool.
I think
Yeah.
about Girl then too. Just
Woo,
you
a lot of
talk
stories
about
there.
just coming together and just creating that music. I remember you said you kind of went into your, I guess, your lab and came out with a song, and there it was.
Yes, 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 there's a whole story there. Yeah, it's a whole story. Yeah, I mean, would you like me to speak about it,
Sure.
or
Yeah, absolutely.
were you going
I
to
would
go into
love to
something
hear.
else?
Yeah,
Okay,
no, go ahead. I love that. That's the Grammy story. Go ahead, please.
sure, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I'll try and keep it very focused. So yeah, I had a record deal with with director John Singleton, who did Boys in the Hood, and
Yeah.
then after that he did Poetic Justice with Tupac and Janet Jackson. That was a giant movie because Janet hadn't acted since Good Times, and Tupac was just on the grid. So the two of them together. So basically, Sony gave John a couple $1 million to start a record label. Said, hey, you're gonna be making movies for us, so why don't you sign some artists? You can put their music in the films. And so I was working to put this package together. It was called a group called Cultural Revolution. We were kind of like the Black Eyed Peas. I was the main guy, like will.i.am, and they had one guy and they had two young ladies, and it was like the four. It was really cool. So I was grinding. I met actually making that process. I met Macy through that process through another friend, and she actually sang on some of those demos. This is in 1994. 1994. So my demo got to John Singleton, right? And so I got a record deal with John Singleton. I asked her, hey, Macy, do you want to be a part of this? She's like, no, I'm doing my own thing. She got a record deal with Atlantic, doing this like Janis Joplin kind of rock thing. So 94, by 1996, so that was my first time at the rodeo. I met Tupac and Janet at the premiere and this and that, and we were on the soundtrack. We were on the soundtrack of the Poetic Justice soundtrack, and I lose my deal by 1997. She loses her deal, and then she calls me up to, hey, I still got to write some songs. She had signed a publishing deal. So, make a long story short, in 1998, we went into this garage studio in Culver City, California, and it was myself, Macy, and about three other a keyboard player, bass player, some guys that we work with. And we went in like 7 p.m. and came out at when the sun was coming up, and we had created this demo called "I Try," right? And so we were like vampire coming out the studio like the light, if you know what that's like. And so Macy takes that demo. That was in '94. That was before the internet. So that was in 1997. You really couldn't share files until 1999. But so she drives the cassette over to her music publisher. Her music publisher was like, oh my God, we didn't know what we had created. She's like, oh my God, you guys have merged like drum machines with soul music and this and that and blah blah blah, because only hip hop really had drum machines at that time. And so her music publisher put that demo in Picture Perfect. That was a Jennifer Aniston movie, and a movie called Love Jones with Lorenz Tate.
Love Jones.
And so and so basically her publisher's like, keep writing. That went out. So I worked at a studio called Paramount Recording. I'm about to wrap this up. I don't want to take the floor too much. Another studio called Paramount Recording, where I had studio time from I would engineer sessions from 8 till midnight, and then studio time from midnight till 8 in the morning. So it was guerrilla recording. I'd call her up at 11, say, come on up. She'd come up with her pads, and I had my drum machine and my guitar. There's a little back studio, and we basically made the whole first record in about 4 months. The whole first record in that, with used 2-inch tape reels, and we'd bring people in. We came out 4 months later, had 12 songs. From there, a bidding war started between Epic Records and Jimmy Iovine at Interscope. She ended up going with Epic, and then the rest is history from there. It's really, really something. It was really something just to see the ascent of our garage work, stolen studio time work. And Jeff, I know you know this. I always tell my students this: it's the cook, not the kitchen. So it didn't matter that we were in a little, kind of, it would have been great if we were in a great studio, but I think maybe the hunger and desperation of being in this little tiny studio makes you have to grind that much harder to make things sound, great. Is you got to cobble gear together and stuff. So I think that hunger really drove a lot of that. So I could go on, but that's
amazing story.
There's so much more. There's so much more, but cool. It's cool. Thank you.
So wish I could have been a fly on the wall.
Right?
Oh man, it was something, man. It was something, and our kids were all little at the time, and it was really something. They've all grown up together. Yeah, it's really
In
something.
'97, I was just graduating from middle school. So
Oh my God! you,
yeah,
you got the wisdom and the maturity of a grown ass man. I didn't know you were so young, man.
Well, he was already the church drummer. I mean, he was already in charge already at the church. So
Oh man, them church musicians are. I worked in gospel music in the early '90s for about 4 years. Those gospel musicians, I swear, they teenagers. Best musicians in the world. A lot of times, those church musicians go on sessions. They gotta pull their skills way back. You know what I mean? Because you guys are like scientists, man. I swear to God, dude.
No, it's interesting you talk about a church musician on our new song together, "Hurt So Bad." Brendan Davis, who was new to our team, he's apparently he's a young guy, and he started in church, and I was doing something else, and I shared the song with someone, and he was also from Detroit and knew Brendan, and said, I remember when Brendan started, and I was just starting, and all of a sudden he just took off, and it was just an amazing church musician who was on Hurt So Bad and has a solo in there and everything. So that's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Nice.
He's a bad young dude out of Detroit, man. He's doing a lot of great things, man.
Yeah, shout out to Brendan. So, I often get asked about, were we in the room together with our music? Because it's so well done. I'm gonna say I am now a production snob because of you two.
That's a quality problem.
So what challenges do you experience with that? Now that I guess the technology is great, but would you like one day want to like all of us be in a room together, or do you like it how it is? What do you think?
I would absolutely love to be in a room together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same here. I would love that.
Yes.
I'm just waiting to, get the offer to come to LA,
That's exactly right.
It's gonna happen.
You had to bring all those musicians. I mean, so then that kind of takes me to a thing too. So Jeff, how do you? I mean, you do all these amazing arrangements. I mean, you knocked it out the park with Sleigh Ride. I mean, that was probably one of my favorite songs. I mean, that was fun doing that. Nights Over Egypt. Oh my God. I mean, that's still on some charts right now. Darryl and I had a whole lot of fun with that vamp, because we, Darryl, we did some writing on the end of that one, and then Hurt So Bad. I mean, wow. I mean, and so into you. I mean, all these arrangements that you've done with these songs. I mean, how do you come up with it? I mean, what happens? What's your process with that?
Well, it's weird. A lot of times I listen to these songs and I listen to them over and over again, and it's always starting out like, man, I got to do this to it. I got to make this song so amazing, and I got to add this, and I got to put, and then I just go back and say, you know what? I just want to keep it the same and add small little elements to it just to say, hey, somebody else touched this song.
Yes.
And so that's really my process on how I, approach a lot of the songs. It's just, I don't want to take away too much from the original, because I want people, when they hear it, I want them to know what it is.
Right.
But then also I want to give them that fresh, listen, you know what I mean? I want them to hear it and say, man, I know that song, but they just took that song to the next level. You know what I mean? So
yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's all definitely touching. Like you said, touching. I don't care for when people don't bring anything new to a song. They just cover it. I feel you gotta touch it. You gotta touch it.
Yep. Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, that's funny. I know with one of the recordings, I think might have been So Into You or something, but I was like, Darryl, they do it like this, and he's like, I didn't like the way they did that. So, I thought it was this way. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, we kind of go through. I mean, when we're in the studio, I mean, I just funny story with Darryl one time. I don't know. Maybe I didn't realize. Maybe I was showing some weird stuff on my face, and then he's like, "You all right in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he's like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then he said to me something like, kind of like, "Do you trust me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I trust you." And he kind of said like, "How did all your other records turn out?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, yeah." flexing a little bit like, hey, I know what I'm doing, girl.
No, not flexing. Just adding perspective. That's all.
Yeah.
Saying trust.
Yeah, he
Yes.
always says, indulge me, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll
Indulge me.
indulge you.
And to me, that's how you build the trust. You know what I mean?
That's it.
When you have the conversations, because I mean,
that's exactly.
Castella, we've had our conversations and we done went through,
Oh,
but it got us to this point, all three of us.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, no ego. Also, no ego. Can't operate from ego.
You can't have it.
Yeah, can't do it. 100%.
No, but just everyone. I can honestly say this with my records. People always say, "Oh, the production's amazing." I mean, that's the first thing everyone always says, and I'm always like, yeah.
Yeah.
I always really proud about that. That it's the production. And I know with Darryl, I mean, you explain your process. I know, when I'm in there singing my heart out. I mean, I know there's so much singing that's left on the cutting room floor, and how do you decide what to use?
Mm-hmm. Well, do you quickly? I just wanted to ask Castella before I do that. Does your audience know how Jeff and I work together? Because we both do everything. For your project, I produce your vocals, and Jeff produces the music. Where both Jeff and I can do both processes, but we've just found this cool process where Jeff, has the musicians and does that, and I do the vocals. So with that being said, okay, cool. So with that being said, since I produce the vocals, there's basically what I do is won't go into the whole process, but it's about first getting X amount of tracks of you singing it the way that you intend to sing, that you interpret it without much interference, without the producer saying, try it like this, try it like that, so and so. I know producers that will just stifle the singer and just, and the singer will be like, they won't feel it's theirs because they're like, I never got to sing it. I'm punching in every 2 seconds. So I like to sing X amount of passes. So after the end of they're like, okay, coach, okay, I'm all sung out. What do you want me to do now? So let the artist get it out of them, get their interpretation out. Then I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm like, okay, now let's work. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
So yeah, it's all about building that trust and getting the artist to something that I use. The word is indulge me. It basically gives permission for the artist to try something and mess up for me. It's not their doing, it's my doing. So just indulge me. It's like saying, trust me and just do this for me. I know it sounds stupid. I know my idea is stupid. Just indulge me. And a lot of times, and of course I know this time it's not stupid, but just say that to the artist. So so you have a number of your natural takes, and then we have a number of takes a technique that I use a lot. Say this quickly is not as much with you, Castella, because you're a gifted singer, but singers that don't have a lot of expression, I'll tell them, okay, on this next take, I want you to sing like you have a New York accent. And if they start to get off of it, more accent. Then I'll say, okay, this next one, I want you to sing it like you're really mad. Sing the whole song like you're really mad. And if they start off like, I'm like, you got to keep them mad. Then I might say, okay, I want you to sing like you're like trying to keep from cracking up. Or I might say, sing like you sing with a British accent. Or sing like, I give them inspiration. And what it does is it takes the singer out of their comfort zone. They have to interpret. And then from doing that serendipity, you're going to find these gold nuggets in some of these passes that most of it is just tomfoolery, but you're going to get these gold nuggets. And then what you do is you grab all these gold nuggets and you collect them together and you got the final vocal. Then obviously you got to tune it and comp it and do all types of things. But
it's amazing.
It really works. It really works. It really works. Getting some, give people inspiration to sing in a different character, and just by them doing that, they're going to interpret it, and they're going to give you some gold nuggets you would have never gotten. This phrase, that phrase, it works really well, and it's fun a lot of times for a lot of artists to sing like you got a British accent, sing like you're really pissed off, sing like you just got some morning good stuff. You know what I mean? How you gonna sing? How you gonna sound? So yeah, it works. It really
Oh
works.
man, that is
Yeah.
excellent. So I hope you
It's
don't
good
mind if
stuff.
I use that. You know,
Please. No, I'm
Yeah.
all about cooperation.
I'm
That's
gonna say
wild.
my brother Darryl Swann told me about this here.
That's right. That's right. Sing like it's fun, man. It's cool. It's good. You're gonna get some interesting stuff. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. I know we got about maybe 15 more minutes left. So let me I'll give both of you a what are you working on currently? What's going on with you guys currently?
Go, Jeff.
So I'm currently working on my third full project. And it's called Next Level, and I'm just putting it together, and I'm taking my time. I have some incredible artists. I have Mr. James Lloyd from Pieces of a Dream, and so I have him on it. I have a Detroit bass player who's played with um, Anita Baker. He's played with Earl Klugh. His name is Al Turner. And so I have him on the project. So I have a lot of great artists in Detroit and out of Detroit. I'm just featuring 2 artists on one track. And I think it's going to be an amazing project, but I'm hoping to release it very soon. Hopefully the end of the summer, I should have it out. So that's what I'm working on.
Well, congratulations. I was trying to get in on that project, but
I
won't.
know. You know I got you.
Yes, I do. What you got going, Darryl?
Yeah. I have a parallel life as a technologist, and I have developed technology that lets anybody create their own virtual concert. If anybody saw, there's a video game out there called Fortnite, one of the most popular games in the world. And there's an artist, for those that know, an artist named Travis Scott, rapper, probably one of the most popular trap rappers out there. So back in 2020, Travis Scott actually performed inside of a video game as a video game character. And so we were working on that type of technology before that, but when that happened in 2020, we were like, wow, they just proved our model. So basically, yeah, I am full-time, I'm the quote-unquote CEO and co-founder of this company. We have developed this technology where little Johnny from Arkansas that's got 5 streams on views on YouTube and 10 streams on Spotify and this and that. There's all the lanes of distribution are so cluttered now, so saturated. Little Johnny now can take his phone, perform in front of his phone, take that video, upload it into our tool called MoshPit Studio. Now he can choose a concert venue or a desert or whatever. The AI and the tool strips away the background, so little Johnny just isolated. He gets put inside this virtual environment. He can add a bunch of computer fans, AI fans in there, then tell him what to do. He can control the cameras and the lights. When he hits publish, 2 things pop out: a 3D interval experience where people can actually go inside and run around and experience little Johnny's show inside, like navigating a video game character.
Man.
A 2D video. Yeah, it's really amazing technology. We are done. Taking us 4 years to develop this technology. A lot of AI technology.
That is super cool.
It's crazy, man. Thank you. It's coming out. We're actually raising money now to release it publicly around the globe. So we're very excited. Because I truly know it's going to. Think about it, if you go inside YouTube videos, instead of just watching a YouTube video, if you could actually navigate with the camera through that video. So
yeah, that's amazing.
It's there needs to be a new way for artists and musicians to present themselves instead of just on video and just on audio. You know? So yeah, I really want to add a new component to the music. I've wanted to do that for a long time, just as much as wanting to be a great musician and producer and mixer. So yeah.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'm gonna be calling you, Jeff.
You also play guitar, right, Darryl?
I play guitar, play bass. Ironically, drums are my favorite instrument. Like when I go to a concert, I watch the drummer more than anybody else. Because a drummer in motion is like poetry. It's like poetry.
Man.
Just the way the fluency. Yeah, it's just the way. See a great drummer. It's truly like it's art in motion. It really is. I've
Jeff
always
is
been a
art in
wannabe
motion.
drummer. It's art
Yeah.
in motion. It really
Yeah.
is.
Appreciate that.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm a drummer. That's why I make beats. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's why I
right.
started making beats. I love drums so much. So
Wow.
yeah.
And we're getting towards the end here, but I do have, excuse me, I have a couple more questions.
Sure.
This is a little self-centered, but what is your favorite production of mine? I mean, that we've done. What's your favorite song? Which one?
Ooh, man, I like all of them really. If I could say, I would say Nights Over Egypt.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Me too. I mean, they're all amazing. They're all
Okay.
Yeah, they all great. But if I could just pick
Nice
one,
region. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody put their whole leg in the pot. Stirred the whole leg with their pot on
Yeah.
that one.
yeah.
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 Whole thigh. Yeah.
There was a lot of indulging on that one, like, okay,
Oh
do
yeah.
this, do that, I was like really had to be, okay, do this, do that. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll do it. Okay. Yeah. And funny thing, Jeff, you didn't produce this song, but it was a song that I did years ago called Mojito. And
Mhm.
I was
That's
and
another favorite.
yeah, and Darryl records everything. And I came out of the booth and they were just laughing. And they had the beginning of the song goes, sing, 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 sing. Okay, okay. And it was just me talking. And he took that and put that in the song. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're going to do with
Yes.
that. But, it ended up being the beginning of the song. And it's like,
Yes.
wow. I mean, just
Yes.
the creativity that Darryl has.
Wow.
So,
Yes.
okay, so Nights Over Egypt still doing really good.
Yeah.
And I think Hurt So Bad is going to be, kind of maybe doing its thing too. We have one more.
Mhm.
Haven't told anybody about that one yet, but we're going.
I really like that one too.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Secret one.
yeah.
Definitely.
That was Darryl's suggestion. So
Yeah, that's a
the
good
EP
one.
is 2 of Darryl's and 1 of mine. So
And I will say, without giving nothing away, that one kind of scared me though. I was like, how in the world to do this?
Uh-huh.
But same
Killed
thing.
it. Killed
Same
it.
thing I said earlier, just trying to stay true, you know what I mean, to the song and just add little sprinkles.
yeah, you
You
definitely
killed it.
pick 'em. You know how to pick the
Appreciate
notes.
you.
You killed it. You killed it, man.
But that was perfect, Darryl. That was definitely perfect, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Now
you.
I gotta go sing it though.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That part.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're gonna knock
That's
that
gonna be
out.
fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yes.
So, a last question for both of you. Do you have any advice for producers or engineers out there that are, just getting started, or people that have experience? What advice do you have for them?
I would say just stay true to you and continue to push and work. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, just work hard. You know what I mean?
But I would tag on to that by saying, be proactive. Find an artist and be like, I'm producing you. Yeah, just use people as guinea pigs, because the thing about being a producer, Steven Spielberg said it. Some of you, they just direct stuff. Just do it. Don't wait for anybody to ask you. Just find an artist, go to a club, be like, I really like what you're doing. I'd like to produce one song of you. No charge. No charge. And by doing that in a live setting like that, getting someone and doing it for real, you're building up your ears and you're building trust in a person. That's it. Like you said, work hard and be proactive and just do it. Tell artists, I'm producing you. They're like, okay, cool. Just pay for the studio time.
Yep.
Got to get busy. Got to drop yourself in the deep end of the pool.
Yes, sir.
Got to.
Wow.
Do it.
That's great.
No pinky toe dipping. You gotta get your whole fully in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, one of the things I know Darryl told me initially was, work with as many producers as you can. And but I find it hard now. I mean, Jeff, we've done so many songs together. It's like, I don't know if I could work with anybody else. I mean, I've done a few songs with some people, but it's, once it's kind of one of those like, well, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But it is different once you, work with someone else. Even with going and recording with someone else, it's like, okay, what would Darryl do in this situation? I mean, taught me so much. Like, okay, be sure to put the earphones on right. I mean, you look like an idiot if you don't put them on right, and bring your own earphones. And just different things like that. That it make me look like I know what I'm doing. And
well, I gave that advice really to work with a lot of ours. That was when you were first starting, just so you could expose yourself. But it took you to work with a number of people to finally find a nice little thing that we have here. So
yes, that's true. Yeah,
absolutely.
it
Yeah, you had to like spread yourself around. Yeah, just because you would learn so much by the different styles. Because shoot, Jeff and I are both very conscientious. Many crews out there are as conscientious. So you could get spoiled just because I'm very conscious and Jeff obviously is. But there's not a lot of people out there aren't as conscientious. They'll just get the money and be like do some half stuff. Yeah, do some half ass stuff. So
wow,
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, do you have any war stories out there? I mean, what's been one of the probably the worst experience that you've had? I mean, in this thing.
I haven't had a lot, to be honest.
That's good.
It's well, I can't say this. I had a situation when I first started producing. I think I was maybe, I want to say about 25, and I really didn't know the business that well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I did a song for a gentleman, and I literally just charged him like, what, I think $200 to do a great song, and the song did great. You know what I mean? And he made some good money off of it. And I had another producer tell me like, dude, I hear you charge this guy $200, and he made twice that off the song, and I didn't, get any points for the song. So, basically he took advantage of me. But, I had to learn it wasn't his fault. It was on me because, you have to learn the business before you jump in.
Yes.
So, that was the only thing that was bad, but then also it was good, because it taught me that I had to, I had to learn some things before I just jumped out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's it. Oh, I got so many war stories. Yeah. I got so many stab wounds and bullet wounds. I swear to God. I'm a bionic man. I got arms chopped off and legs. I'm half bionic. I swear to God. Lots of war stories.
We have a few more minutes. But so, what brought you out to I know you're from Ohio, Shaker Heights. Do you like it here better now? I mean, you've been here for a minute.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love Cleveland. I still love Cleveland. We're like 50 deep in Cleveland. I got my big family in Cleveland. We roll deep.
Really?
Yes, cousins and nephews. But I love LA. It's just Jeff. Have you been out here, Jeff?
Yeah, I've been out a few times. Yeah,
just quick hitting out. Just quick. Have you spent some time here?
Yeah.
Oh man, you got
quick in and out, type of thing. No, I know I got to come back and like really like enjoy, and
it's like nowhere else. It literally is like nowhere else. If anybody listening, it's like nowhere else in the world. The mood, the cultures, the temperature, it's just it's really something. It has a lot of douchebaggery, but that goes anywhere. But it's just
so I need to have a conversation with my wife.
Yes, absolutely.
Come on, Cali.
Come out. Spend some time.
Yeah, I know I met Jeff with Jeff and I, we have been working together. It's like I know him, and because I do. But I met him last year for the first time in person when he was playing with Don Was, who is the president of
Blue Note
Records. And I'm like, whoa, amazing. But the band was outstanding, and it was just such a great way to meet my producer up there and doing that, playing those drums, and it was just a great experience. But I must say that I am just so blessed, to have you both working with me, and yeah, it's just a great thing. So, you guys
Wonderful.
have any
Thanks.
last words you want to say?
Well,
Keep it moving.
Castella, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, keep it moving, Castella. You got momentum. Keep it moving. Wormhole's gonna open up for you. That's gonna take you to the next level because you're on your way.
And
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
Well, I can't go wrong with you guys, in my corner. It's I always go with my heart, Hurt So Bad. I'm sure Darryl, I don't know if you really even liked the song before. You know what I mean? You're
I
like,
loved it. I've always loved it.
oh, okay.
I've always.
But you didn't know that Little Anthony had a version.
No, I didn't. I didn't know that. His version is amazing. I did not know Little Anthony. I knew it was Linda Ronstadt did a cover, but I didn't know Little Anthony did it.
Yeah.
So, and when I heard it, I was like, oh, I've heard this. What's that?
I said Little Anthony version is the version I always heard.
Right. I only heard Little Ronstadt's. I heard Little Anthony's in the ether, but I'd never sat down and studied the production. So really something.
Yeah. And so I know that's when you added the what do you call it? Orchestral.
Timpanis. Yeah, timpani drums, orchestral percussion.
There you go. Yeah.
Orchestral
percussion. That was like, whoa.
Hey, yes. I had to lay it on a great bed though. Shoot, that was just a bed.
Yeah.
I mean, all I did was add some sprinkles. He did the heavy lifting. He did the heavy lifting.
That was good sprinkles, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
No, we got another Castella Canady Swann production. I mean, it's it's just great. I mean, you guys just really do your thing, and I couldn't be more happy to be working with you, and couldn't be more happy to have you both here in this platform, and for people to get to know you guys a little bit, and just see the chemistry that we all have with one another. And I think that's a major piece to being able to work with someone. I mean, number one, having that trust, caring about them. I mean, because I love you guys so much, and just in that trust, and then also your talent is just, you guys are just like, poof, you blow my mind all the time. I mean, I know Darryl though, sometimes he's like, I go dark when he sends me a mix. It's like, where's she at? So we're like, oh no, I don't know what's going on with it. But he always knows. He always knows. And I'm like, okay. He's like, don't go dark on me, girl.
Right. Come back.
Yes.
But I'm getting better. I'm like, okay, this isn't it. This is not the end. We can work on this.
That's
but
exactly
it's
right.
A process. It's definitely a process, and I couldn't have two better people to be going through this journey with, and I'm grateful for you. And
thank you.
Grateful for you too.
Grateful for you too. Looks like we're out of time too. Just
are we,
at the end.
I don't know. Are we out of time, Cheryl?
I think so.
You said 5 minutes.
1 minute. That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. 1 minute. 1 minute. Any parting words, you guys? This has been great. Just thank you. You guys all go take a listen to Hurt So Bad, the whole catalog, and then just go and just dive in. I know I've done that before, and it's like, oh, I got, we got some hits, y'all. So take a listen. Yeah, but Jeff Canady, check him out on Facebook, and go check out some of his stuff on YouTube. Same with Darryl. He's just a whole lot of everything out there, you guys. So. But thank you for spending your Friday with me. It's been great. I don't know, Cheryl, if you want to come back in or how this is going to end, but thank you all so much for spending your just a little bit of your time with me, and letting people know who's behind my music, and it's you two. And I'm grateful. And then all those other. It's not. I mean, Jeff, you assemble so many different musicians to make this all happen. So there's a whole bunch of other men back there too, but you're the main. It's a fun. Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm just grateful for all of you. Definitely. So
thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off.